The patrons have spoken. Dynasty Trades in 5 with some actionable advice on Bucks running back Rachaad White, guys. Let's start off with a 12-team Superflex PPR, 1.75 tight end premium start 10. Rachaad White, Scott, and the 211, or Raheem Mostert and a mid-25 first.
Yeah, this is easy. I take the first for Rachaad White. I'm getting a running back to throw into that spot. Yeah, I got to give up the 211. But if you reverse this and I said you're going to give me a different running back at the 211 that I have to now pick instead of having a first that I can spend however I want, I would much rather have the Raheem Mostert in a first. This is a dream trade when you're trying to liquidate one of these non-elite but good. And we'll talk a little bit about Rachaad White, why he's good and not great. But I'm taking the first for him. And then I'm fine just filling Raheem Mostert into that spot. I mean, I got to give up the 211, but I'm taking the first side.
Shane, Rachaad White was a top 5 running back in Dynasty Fantasy Football last year.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, that's true. That's true. I don't care if someone's giving me a 25 first for Rachaad White. Like Scott might have said, or I thought he said, I wasn't listening. Pretty much a dream scenario, right? This is what I'm looking for. Look, I spent a good amount of time trying to move Rachaad White last year for 25 firsts and being, I wouldn't say laughed at because, most of the people I play with are pretty nice, but they definitely talked about me behind my back to other people about those offers. So I would absolutely smash this. And I'm getting another player with them. You could keep Raheem Mostert if that would help. I would even let you keep Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, Scott, what is it about Rachaad White that the market seems to reject? I mean, if this was Jahmyr Gibbs, we would be having a different conversation. What is the stink on White?
I mean, I think the stink on him is he wasn't a first-round pick like Jahmyr Gibbs. This is his third year versus his second. And I don't say that as it's a negative to be in your third year versus your second, but if Jahmyr Gibbs isn't better this year than he was last year, maybe he's a little worse. He's not going to have the same, oh my gosh, he's a hammer. I'll basically give up anything I need to give up to get him. Like, that's how volatile running back markets are. Now, the good thing about Rachaad White is they haven't really added much competition. They're going to draft somebody, probably a good running back. And Shane, do you know how much I care? None.
Right.
I don't care. Rachaad White last year was pretty efficient, not super efficient. So that's a little bit of a worry as to, okay, Alan, how good is he actually? Or was he a product of the team gave him a lot of opportunity? Now, if a team gives you a lot of opportunity, it wasn't just lucky. It was probably he deserved to get a lot of opportunity, meaning I don't project his opportunity to go down a ton. I mean, he averaged over 20 opportunities a game last year. That's pretty strong. The other list of players that are in that range, very few and far between. Guys like Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Kyron Williams is up there, but like he's right in that next tier. Travis Etienne, he's up there with the top 5, top 6 in the league, but his efficiency wasn't as good. So it's fair to probably say he's not as good as his opportunity, but just because they draft a 4th round Ray Davis doesn't mean he's dead. Right. So he maybe gets a little less opportunity, but he's good enough to hold on to it. He is a poor version of Kyron Williams. He has less room or less rope than Kyron Williams, in my opinion. But I think if you like Kyron Williams, you have to like Rachaad White. So I want some Rachaad White, but I'm not opposed to getting out on him on a first.
Shane, let me give you one here. A different situation. 12-team Superflex full PPR. No tight end premium start 9. Little shallow here. Rachaad White or Michael Pittman?
Oh, well, here I'll go Rachaad White. Yeah, that's weird, huh? I don't know about the math. I don't know if the math checks out, but here I'll go Rachaad White. Also, I just wanted to make a point. I think people get too caught up in when we select a side. They're like, oh, that means you hate this player. I don't hate the player at all. I like Rachaad White. He was actually someone that I was pumping up prior to last season, and I hit on that. So I'm smarter than a lot of people. But in this specific case, yeah, I'll take White over Pittman. I just think he could be my anchor back on a team like this where I try to go upside at wide receiver.
I was not expecting to hear that. Does the PPR thing keep you in the same camp, Scott, or what if this was half PPR?
Half PPR, I would definitely take Rachaad White. The reason you would take Michael Pittman is you just want out of the running back game for a receiver asset that probably has a little more demand or a little more flexibility. And I think the thing is, I looked up Rachaad White. He's RB14 on Keep Trade Cut. You know what I don't want to pay? RB14 for Rachaad White. I want to find the next Rachaad White. Could it be Zach Charbonnet? Somebody like that. I want to pay for that guy and roster construct around that, like Shane was doing last year versus, oh, let me now pay for Rachaad White because I've seen it, but I'm paying double the price. I'm paying a first.
All right. Well, you've heard from us. Now let's continue the conversation with our patrons in the Discord, guys.